Hey Bookworms, we are going to do our last weekly whimsy for this quarter, and it's the castle. So I've already started working on it because I was going to make it a little more tedious than what I normally do. I've got my 2 micron pens here. I've got the 5 and the 1. And I was just going to show you a little bit how I'm making some of this detail, I guess. I really liked the original tracer and how it has all of this little tiny line work detail. I'm not getting quite that detailed with it, but I was just going to show you some of the ways I did some of these textures. So a lot of cross hatching, as you can tell. And you know what? I want my 3 or my 1. It's my smaller pen here. Okay, so you can see how it creates like this shadow. Okay, and so I'm going to show you how I did this part here. So I'm very lightly and just almost tapping my pen across. And this is a very thin pen. There's that. So you get like the little ripples. And then I come down very lightly on like vertical lines there, and it creates sort of that texture. So I'm going to do that over here. And then again, some vertical lines. There we go. And then like this side over here, I did almost like a spiral type thing. So I'll do this one up here where it's almost like slanted. And then I did some vertical from there too. Okay. And then with my thicker pen, you can see I've done a lot of darker cross hatching on the left side of the drawing. So like right in here, make nice thicker lines so that those show up well. And then down in here. Switch back. Not quite that thick. I want this really dark in here. So just sort of however you want to do it. I'm going to really darken this part of the roof there, and then cross hatch some there. So it's really up to you how you decide to. You just want to sort of keep it all on the same side, right? Because the shadow would be all on the same side of the castle. All right, so again, I'm going to do a similar like what I did here. So I'm going to go, and they're going to be a little bit thicker, a little wider than the ones on the roof. And I'm a tiny bit heavier handed with it. And again, so we're wanting them to look like big stone blocks. Okay, and then I'm going to cross hatch some of that. Okay, and then we've got some of the roof up here. I'm going to cross hatch some of this. And cross hatch this a little bit. And then this, I want this pretty dark because it's on the left side there. And I like to use my thicker pen to thicken up some of these lines for sure. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with most of that. And then I think I need some texture here. And then here on this one is too. Okay. So I'm pretty happy with that. Now I'm going to add some almost like greenery down here. So we're going to do like a tree, like a little evergreen. And I'm just going to zigzag my pen back and forth and get bigger as it goes down. Similar to how we do the painting. I'm going to switch to my thicker pen. I feel like that would be, there we go. Similar to how when we paint a pine tree. So it's almost like I'm like zigzagging, making like a Z shape back and forth. Okay. I'll do one here. I'm just sort of shaking my hand. And I plan on doing just watercolor with this at the end and doing almost like a wash over all of it. Okay, so let's see. I realized over here we don't have much texture going on. And then there we go. Doing ink work is sort of therapeutic for me sometimes. Sometimes it's like almost overwhelming, but sometimes it's really fun for me. Okay, so we've got lots of cool textures going on there. And then we've got a tree back here. I'm going to use my thicker. And then we'll make some branches. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my watercolor. So I've got my little watercolor set here. And then I'm just going to grab my little fun water pen. Pop that out there. And I think I want to do like a silver wash over the whole thing. I want a lot of little shimmer going on. had to redeem myself a little bit. Hopefully this one will end up prettier than that crazy one I did last time with the Prince John and my oil pastels. I might not do that again. Not unless I watch some good tutorials or something. And I don't know, they just... I don't think detailed small things like this are the right thing to do with that either. I actually just like that. That looks cool. I like the way the silver looks over the black ink. It's neat. Some more water there. There we go. Alright. Now I'm going to grab some gray. I was thinking about keeping this pretty monotone, actually. I might put a little brown in the, or not brown, but a green in there for the greenery. I don't know yet. We'll see. So I'm just taking some gray and hitting all the left side of everything. I just realized this area right in here needs more texture. Okay. Alright, and now I want to add some of this almost army green. Same thing to these trees down here. Okay. I think I'm gonna add a little purple. I don't know why, but I want to see what happens. I like it. Just a little purple. Some of these shadow areas. Sorry, I keep clearing my throat. I still have a little bit of a cold. I like that. I'm jumping around with my colors too. That's cool. Alright, I feel like I redeemed myself a little bit with this one. I like it. And I'm gonna do a weird fuchsia banner up here. And I'm gonna grab a little of this teal green. All right, I like that. And then one more thing, I think I'm gonna add a little blue. The wash up in here, just a little bit. I really like that. I feel like I redeemed my last one a little bit. This one's fun. All right. Dry it off really good. There it is. What do you guys think? Looks very whimsical to me, I think. All the little detail of the ink. That's fun. All right. This one, as opposed to the other one, I feel like looks better in person. The other one I thought looked better on the screen than in person. My last one with the little Prince John. But there is my last weekly whimsy for this quarter. I had a lot more enjoyable time doing this one than the last one. So let's go ahead and pull our book up. See what we got here. Hopefully it's dry enough now. Stick this in. All right, so let's see. So we have our money bags, our hat, I can't think of what this is called right now. The arrow thing, roses, Target, change of hands, Maid Marian, the crown, the crest, the wood, Prince John, and now our castle. And then we've got even a few pages to go. I've got some of my other stickers in here, which I showed you guys what I did with that one. I don't think I've done anything specifically with this one yet, but they're fun. You could definitely put them in your book. This would be a fun thing to put inside the book itself. And then of course there's this big one here. I don't think I'm going to make them this big anymore. I feel like this one was huge. It's pretty, but it's such a big sticker. Supposedly, I haven't tried it yet, but when I made these, they told me this type of vinyl is like waterproof, water resistant. So you guys might be able to put them on your like water bottles and stuff too. Let me know if you try that and how it works. But I thought something that would be fun to do to like fill this up is just like to do quotes. So you guys let me know what you think about that. Like some cool quotes in the book. I don't know. I have a few other ideas about to fill the pages because I think it'd be really neat if they were completely full. So let me know if you guys have anything ideas about that or whatever. But here is our final weekly whimsy book that will look beautiful next to our book itself. And then here, let me see if I've got my book. Hold on. I think I've got it in this room with me. Took it on vacation to read. Yes, here it is. Here it is. Look how beautiful. It does look good together. So you could set those together on your bookshelf to display, and then your mini museum. And then I've even got my, where's that? There it is. There it all is. All right, and then we've got the one little project that I still have not posted. So we'll do that soon too. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.